Alright, so we're back again with some more Three Houses. It's actually been a while. The last Three Houses banner was over a year ago, I think. The last one was the one with Rearmed Ingrid, I believe. So, yeah, so it's about time. And the first unit is another Rearmed hero, and this time it's Marianne as a Dark Flyer, I believe. And she's using Bloodgang, but it is a tome instead of an actual sword, which makes sense. I think Bloodgang can wield, or it does magical damage. But yeah, she is the rearmed hero for another red tome. It's been a while. Ophelia dropped over a year ago or whenever she did, so Arcane Eclipse is not bad, but it's definitely something that leaves something to be desired, and this weapon does a lot more. So Arcane Bloodgang is -1 cooldown. If you're alive, you grant bonus to all your stats equal to 25% of foes attack at the start of combat, minimum, or sorry, -4, minimum 5, maximum 14. So we see a lot of maximum 14 with modern weapons, but this one has a different calculation, instead basing off the foe's attack. So yeah, the more attack they have, the better. And you also deal true damage equal to 15% of your attack, including when dealing damage with a special triggered before combat, and you reduce damage from the foe's first attack by 7, so that is flat 7, which is amazing to have for that longevity, and that includes the brave hits. Then you have null guard, and you also have special jumping, so you're pretty much going to have your special ready to go and hit hard with it with the true damage because you have null guard, you have special jumping, which is amazing and definitely the best part of this weapon, I'd say. So Arcane Bloodgang is going to be amazing for nukes like her and a lot of red mages. Requiem Prayer is her special, and this is a really good special that's going to make her unique. So similar to her Brave version, she can refresh her allies with this special, but it's a lot easier, I'd say, and more powerful. So when special triggers, boost damage by 40% of your res, and you also have damage reduction piercing, like Special Spiral. And if your res is higher than the foe's res, you reduce damage from attacks during combat and from AoEs by percentage equal to 4 minus the current special cooldown count value times the difference between stats. Max difference between stats equals 10. So her max special cooldown count on this special is 2, as you can see. So that'd be 4 minus 2 times 10, so that would be 20, right? But now I'm thinking back to my days in grade school where I learned you should multiply first. So would that be 2 times 10 minus 4 equals 16? I don't know. Either way, you're going to get a lot of damage reduction, which is nice to help her longevity. And they seem to be doing that more lately with a lot more modern nukes and stuff. They kind of give them a little bit more damage reduction to survive, which definitely can help. So that is good for Marianne and her fans. And then she also has the Canto 2 if unit triggers special during their current turn, which is going to be very easy because she has null guard and special jumping. So Canto 2 is amazing. And then when the Canto triggers, you enable unit to use Singer Dance without actually having a Singer Dance assist. As you can see, there's no assist here, so she can just do this by herself. She can choose who to give it to. It's not based on the foe's HP or whatever, or if they moved or not. It's just, I mean, obviously when they moved or not, but yeah, having this ability, this more flexible Singer Dance, is really crazy, and no unit in the game that I can think of has this kind of Singer Dance, because if they have it, they have to use an assist. So, Marianne can have reposition as her assist, and then Canto, and then dance again, which is incredible. So, yeah, but just keep in mind it's once per turn, and if similar effects are active, this effect does not trigger. So yeah, Singer Dance right there is now in the parentheses as a status, or an active kind of benefit, I guess. So Crystalline Water is her A skill. This is going to make her res even higher for that res check, except it's going to lower her defense, but she does have flat damage reduction and a bit more damage reduction to survive, but her defense is going to be pretty low. And then Speed Res Discord is a new B skill. So at the start of player phase or enemy phase, inflict Speed Res -6 and Discord on foes with res less than Marianne's res, or whoever's using this skill, and that are within 2 spaces of another foe through their next action. So Discord is great to weaken tanks, like armored units or units that are closely packed together, so Discord can punish that. And then you also inflict penalty on foes speed res during combat equal to the number of foes inflicted with that Discord status within 2 spaces of target, including target, times 2 plus 4, maximum 10, and also deals true damage equal to 15% of units res. So this is a pretty nice B skill, I'd say. Really nice for Marianne because she's going to have high res to make use of this. And I wouldn't say this is the best B slot, especially if you're going to go mainly player phase. I mean, the true damage is nice for sure, the stack on top of her weapon, but you can definitely use other stuff like Desperation, even Occultist Strike if you just want extra damage like that, but this is definitely a cool option. And then Speed Res Crux is the C slot. We've seen that before. So Marianne is pretty good. Rearmed Marianne has a really unique niche, being able to Canto and dance again, which is amazing, and no one in the game can really do that, I'd say, that I can think of right now. So there she is, taking out Summer Ymir, chomping down with that Bloodgang. And Ymir survives, of course, but she's not going to survive the next hit. And you can see Marianne reducing the damage she takes. It still did a decent amount, even though she has a lot of res. So physical hits be damned against her, or she might be damned against physical hits, because you can see her defense is 8 with the crystalline water. So yeah, 8 defense. All that damage reduction might not matter, but you can see she cantos and dances Claude, so that is incredible. And then the next unit on the banner is Ashe, so he's finally out of alt hell. A couple units on this banner actually get out of alt hell, so here he is, and he's a pretty popular 3-house character. So here he is as a green bow cavalier. We've seen a lot of green bow cavaliers. I kind of wish he was something different, because we just had Fragato, and we have a good amount of them in the Grail pool. But either way, just the bow is his weapon. -1 cooldown, effectiveness against flying foes, of course. If unit initiates combat, or if there's an ally within 3 rows, 3 columns centered on unit, you grant bonus to your stats equal to 5 plus 15% of unit speed at start of combat, and you deal +7 true damage. You have null guard, and also when unit special triggers, you have the damage reduction piercing, of course, so that is good for a nuke. And if unit initiates combat, grant special cooldown count -1 to unit before unit's first attack. So the theme of this banner, or at least the first 2 units, is special jumping, null guard, true damage. So yeah, you have the special jump -1 to unit before unit's first attack during combat, and also if foe's attack can trigger foe's special, inflict special cooldown count +1 on foe before foe's first attack. So he has a scowl built in, which is really good to have, and that's really unique for a bow cavalier, because scowl effects are usually for dragons. So this is really cool for him. And then for allies within 3 rows, 3 columns, he also gives it to them as well. So he gives the special jumping and the scowl for not only himself but his allies. So that is really good support. Amazing, really. So you don't have to use a scowl skill on your tank or whatever, or your dragon tank, and you can just use Ashe. So that's really good. Curved shot is a special. We saw that on Brave Bernadetta, which is nice for more damage reduction and a little bit of damage output. Flared Sparrow, we've seen that before, of course. Seal speed, defense 3. Seal skills, they're not bad, but they're definitely not the most wanted skills, usually. I mean, the guard effect can be nice, but there's so much null guard now, so you have to keep that in mind. But seal speed, defense 3, I suppose they just wanted to get that skill out there. And then odd speed wave to give him the null follow-up and more speed. So Ashe is going to be a really good bow cavalier, not only offensively but also supportive wise, giving people the scowl and the special jump. So that is really good, and it's a 3 space range, I believe, so that's really lenient. So there he is, taking out their seer. I mean, it's not that hard to take out their seer, but yeah, curve shot, 70 damage. Next unit on the banner is Dorothea, and Dorothea is actually the D mode of this banner, which is nice to see. Usually the D mode is the dude, so I like that she's a D mode. Amazing art. She's a blue infantry mage, and she's a singer. As you guys know, Dorothea can sing, so I do like that they made her a singer, so this is actually going to make her even better. So Blar Vulture is her weapon. We finally have a blue Vulture tome, so that's pretty decent, I suppose, but obviously you want to give her something better if you do want to invest into her. Sing is her assist, speed cantrip 3, and infantry no follow 3, which is really cool because I don't think we've had infantry no follow 3 in the regular pool yet. Even if you have to promote her to 5 stars to get it, still really nice to get for the prerequisite for infantry no follow 4. So that's amazing. And speed cantrip, I mean, cantrip skills aren't that good, sadly, but it can be good on budget, I suppose. So there's Dorothea. I do like that Ashe wasn't the demote and actually was Dorothea for once, because Dorothea has already had plenty of premium alts, and she also breaks out of alt hell. So congrats to Dorothea and her fans. And we have the aided hero, which we saw in the Tempest trial. One of the best artworks in the game, in my opinion. Some of the most majestic artwork is aided Dagr. I mean, look at her. Sunny Bloom, that art is amazing. The armor is incredible. The bird, I mean, look at the aura. Look at the glow. Literal glow up, that is amazing. So she's a sword infantry unit, which is a very competitive class type, but she's definitely going to be pretty good, I think. And Yamato Kotaro doesn't miss with the art as usual. And sadly, they're using Sita as a test dummy here in the trailer, but of course it's not always indicative of a winning matchup. But Dagr can probably win this just with her weapon and everything. Obviously it depends, just endless possibilities in matchups, but either way, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the first part of the weapon, but this gives her 16 might and -1 cooldown start of turn. If there's an ally within 3 rows of 3 columns centered on unit, you grant attack speed +6 and no follow-up to unit and allies within the 3 rows 3 columns centered on unit for 1 turn. That is a massive range. 3 rows 3 columns, so a lot of the time when you're giving a status to someone, it's within 3 rows or 3 spaces or 2 spaces, but this is a massive 3 rows 3 columns range, which is incredible. So that's really easy. And if you initiate combat or there's an ally within 3 rows 3 columns, okay, there's going to be a lot of 3 rows 3 columns here. Grants bonus to units stats equal to 5 plus the number of allies within 3 rows 3 columns centered on unit times 3, maximum 14. You also have penalty neutralization, null guard, and also flat damage output. So unit deals plus X damage and reduces damage from the foe's first attack by 50% of X during combat, which is definitely really good. It's thankfully not just X, it's only 50% of that. So that's a little bit of balance, I suppose. I think Sita still has just a full X against Cavaliers and Armors, I believe. But the plus X damage is really going to help her damage. I think that's why she was able to really take out Sita in that, because that true damage output or flat damage output is really strong. So that X equals the highest total bonuses among unit and allies within 3 rows 3 columns centered on unit. So she's kind of like, she's honestly almost like a, kind of reminiscent of a Toon Sita, but a sword infantry version, where she gets stronger based on the allies that have buffs. Sita also works similarly, so that's pretty cool. That includes the brave hits, and it means the first, so. And also, when foes attack trigger special, you reduce damage by 50% of X. So that is, I mean, it's only 50%, not full, but it's still a lot of damage reduction, flat damage reduction. So that's amazing. And then she comes with a new skill, Reposition Gate. This skill is not allowed on Cavaliers and Flyers, I believe. And also healers, I think. So there is a bit of balance to it. So only infantries and armors can get it, it looks like. So this gives, of course, the reposition where you move to the opposite side of the unit for the target ally, but also if unit uses an assist skill on the current turn, you enable Canto 1. So might not seem like the most game breaking thing ever, but it's pretty good to just get the Canto. Canto is always useful, so that is pretty cool. And I'm glad it's not inheritable to Cavs and Flyers, because that would be a little too crazy. She comes with attack speed XL, which gives her even more flat damage reduction, which makes sense. And then she comes with her PRF B skill, I believe, that she comes with, So this gives her Pathfinder at the start of turn. If unit is on a team with only one support partner, grants Pathfinder to support partner for 1 turn. At the start of the turn, if unit is on a team with support partner, and if there's only one ally who has the highest defense, grants Pathfinder to that ally for 1 turn. So that makes up if you don't have a support partner. At the start of combat, if she's alive, inflicts penalty on the foe's stats, except for res, equal to 5 plus the current bonus on each of foe's stats. So basically the buff stealing. So if they have a buff, then she steals it and weakens them. So that's pretty good. And then also has the damage reduction halving, like no follow-up, physical no follow-up, and also has 7 HP healing. So honestly, I feel like this skill could have been more crazy. I suppose it's the weapon really that puts it all together, but this is really good for sure. Giving her more of a stat swing and Pathfinder support, which can definitely be really annoying, especially in summer duels where you can just overwhelm people. So you definitely have to watch out for this Dagr, and the base Dagr already did this with the Pathfinder. So, and then she comes with Ferb, Canto, Curb for the support. It seems like she's custom made for summer duels. Definitely going to be a unit you're going to watch out for, because Canto Curb is going to be incredibly useful against dual lions and stuff, and Sathers, and any kind of Canto. And as we saw in this banner, there's a lot of it. So yeah, there she is taking out Sita. This hurts to watch, but hey, Faye is more than just blue beats red and red beats green. So, but again, like I mentioned, it's not always like a surefire way to see matchups. You definitely have to test them out yourself, and it of course depends on what units they have and what support they have. So they're explaining the AIDS essence, which you saw already. The accessory is pretty nice though. It gives you a I was gonna say Hawk Twa joke, but it gives you some kind of bird, or the bird that she has. I don't even know what kind of bird specifically that is, but either way, it's a really dope bird. I mean, that art is incredible. One of the best in the game, in my opinion. So that is the banner. 3 Houses is finally getting something after a long time, or a main series banner. And Caspar is actually the instant demote, I believe. Did I miss him? Actually, no, they showed at the very end, I think. Yeah, there he is. So Caspar, finally in the game. Looks like he's an X-Infantry. Pretty sure he is. Hot-headed Insider, so he's going to be a pretty decent, solid regular pool option to build up with the modern BST and everything. So that's the banner, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below. Good luck if you're summoning. Marianne fans, Dagr fans, you have to color share with Dagr or with Marianne, so that kind of sucks. So I feel your pain with color sharing, because I've dealt with it a lot over the years, but I'm glad I can save personally. Would love to get that red tome for my Linde, but I definitely don't need it right now. I definitely should save, so I'm going to try and do that. But yeah, good luck on your summons. If you do summon, please stay safe out there. Peace out.